We are asking today, will Teso be able to regain its lost glory? We all remember that Teso has been known as the food basket. It has been feeding almost the whole country. When it comes to production of nuts, yes, we are known. Cassava, we are known. Still cassava, we are still known, but we still have a number of challenges like market. The market of cassava still remains.
And you shouldn't forget oranges also.
Oranges, yes, that's very true. Yeah. We had the government programs coming up, but I think the selection of the products that we brought to Teso are actually some of the things that are taking Teso sit behind. Oranges were brought to Teso. People received oranges very well, planted oranges in large quantities, but today the prices of oranges actually still down. I remember there was a report that some farmers wanted to cut off their oranges down.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard of it because they were affected by pests, and the oranges were actually becoming red. There's that pest which makes them to become red. When you transfer to gueri, I want to use gueri.
Yes.
Gueri, in my own analysis and my own research, gueri has the largest number of farmers who do
planting of fruits majorly, and that is oranges. Yeah, I've actually seen that, and we have also seen a number of times trucks coming up to come and buy oranges from Teso, but the price has not been so good. Although some farmers have been in groups, those have been the ones who have been selling at least to the industry at a moderate amount. That's not really so bad compared to the farmers who have not been able to sell.
But have you realized that even our oranges, our very own oranges that are taken to our industry, this fruit industry of Teso here,
yes,
most of those oranges have been rejected.
Yeah, and the question still comes, why did they bring in machines that do not accept to consume our oranges? Yet those are the oranges that were being given. Where is the problem?
You know, that those machines were brought, that factory was brought actually to help farmers to realize the value of their fruits, or rather to realize the value of their work, their farming. So, but what shocks them mostly is that the oranges have been rejected, and the reason as why they keep on rejecting the oranges, they are affected by what? Pest.
Hello there, it's a beautiful day from wherever you're watching us from. I hope you're doing so good. Thank you for always following our program, State of the People, where we bring in leaders to come and give us accountability, and of course share with us the manifesto, not forgetting the same program where we come and discuss ideas to actually shape up Teso and see how to bring Teso back to where it used to be. My name is Nathan Yagu. We left home to change home, and I'm together with my colleague here.
Well, thank you very much, my senior comrade. Well, I want to salute all the viewers. It's again another interesting day that we have come to discuss pertinent issues. My name is James Alomu, the only Italian born in Teso, and I'm extremely excited to be born in Teso.
Well, that is really so great. The only Italian born in Teso, and we are going to be moving with this program. Thank you for following us again once more. Today we ask, will Teso be able to regain its lost glory? And today we are going to discuss about this inside the house. And from that program, we come up with a small history about Teso. The level of poverty in Teso is generally increasing.
Yes, it's increasing, and we are ranked to be the third poorest in the whole country. And
we are asking today, will Teso be able to regain its lost glory? We all remember that Teso has been known as the food basket. It has been feeding almost the whole country. When it comes to production of nuts, yes, we are known. Cassava, we are known. Still cassava, we are still known, but we still have a number of challenges like market. The market of cassava still remains.
And you shouldn't forget oranges also.
Oranges, yes, that's very true. Yeah. We had the government programs coming up, but I think the selection of the products that we brought to Teso are actually some of the things that are taking Teso sit behind. Oranges were brought to Teso. People received oranges very well, planted oranges in large quantities, but today the prices of oranges actually still down. I remember there was there was a report that some farmers wanted to cut off their oranges down.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard of it because they were affected by pests, and the oranges were actually becoming red. There's that pest which makes them to become red. When you transverse to gueri, I want to use gueri.
Yes.
Gueri, in my own analysis and my own research, gueri has the largest number of farmers who do
planting of fruits majorly, and that is oranges. Yeah, I've actually seen that, and we have also seen a number of times trucks coming up to come and buy oranges from Teso, but the price has not been so good. Although some farmers have been in groups, those have been the ones who have been selling at least to the industry at a moderate amount. That's not really so bad compared to the farmers who have not been able to sell.
But have you realized that even our oranges, our very own oranges that are taken to our industry, this fruit industry of Teso here,
yes,
most of those oranges have been rejected.
Yeah, and the question still comes, why did they bring in machines that do not accept to consume our oranges? Yet those are the oranges that were being given. Where is the problem?
You know, that those machines were brought, that factory was brought actually to help farmers to realize the value of their fruits, or rather to realize the value of their work, their farming. So, but what shocks them mostly is that the oranges have been rejected, and the reason as why they keep on rejecting the oranges, they are affected by what? Pest. And I think there's a test first in the factory before your oranges is put to be processed
to ensure that are they of best quality,
yes,
or not.
When are they of best quality, or they are just very useless. So most of the farmers faced that that challenge. So that thing needs to be actually seen carefully. You realize that Teso was also known in planting oranges. It was one of the things that were backing economic empowerment in Teso. Oranges and actually farming.
Yeah, and when you look at into farming again, today our soils are losing value, and what we need are fertilizers and irrigation schemes. We have a number of water bodies in Teso. There are areas that are closer to water bodies. We have like Awoja. Awoja, there is plenty of water. We have people who are living around Lake Opeta. Name them. If government would actually establish irrigation schemes around these areas and ensure that those people who are living closer to these areas
will benefit.
Yeah, they will actually highly benefit. Then of course we need the modern farming methods actually brought in. If that is actually done, I believe this will actually highly change the way actually farming is being done here, and it also will actually get back to where they used to be. Let's come into rearing of animals. It also used to rear animals, and we're really known as great cattle keepers. Aside agriculture as being one of the activities that it also used to practice, we used to rear animals. But today the animals are nowhere to be seen. The pride of it also, the cows, are nowhere to be seen. We used to rear animals, and these were animals that were helping us in plowing. Today, a poor farmer has to go and pay someone who has animals and an ox plow to come and work on your farm, to plow your farm rather. And this has been expensive. A person in the village today struggles to just get 5,000 shillings. This really shows you that ITESO are still behind. And also government is trying to introduce different programs. I see the PDM and the rest. The compensation program is actually coming up, but it is a little bit slow. It's done in phases. How about if this is actually done once and for all? Like, okay, you lost your 50 animals. We are giving you 50 million. Maybe something would have been done, and also educating some of these farmers on what to do. I am seeing some of the farmers already misusing the money for some others.
You see, that would be possible, but the problem is the country is first of all suffering from the deficit budget of the deficit budget of this year is we have a debt of 43 trillion. And for government to compensate people once, it is going to be something very difficult. But also, you realize that the compensation are done cash. Some people receive cash, and you know always cash is cash. When someone receives rushes to divert into certain businesses again. So I think for Teso to regain its glory, it takes time, and it is something very hard now, the way I see, but it needs a collective responsibility. Yes.
And I think a lot needs to be done when it comes to agriculture. A lot needs to be done. Let's look at on the side of the health sector. The health sector is really wanting a lot. Let's look at Soroti Referral Hospital, which actually serves almost the whole of this, and also people who come outside from this. They all come to this hospital, and when you look at the beds, the condition is really being so bad. You find some people even admitted like given to lie down on the floors because there is no space, and the beds that are there are not enough. The staffing is really still wanting. The staffing is so small. So there is a lot that actually needs to be done when it comes to the health sector. Although government is trying to ensure that a lot is being done, but there are still several gaps that need to be actually handled here. And the government needs to jump into this and ensure that this is done. Especially right now we are in a political season. A lot needs to be done. There is limited access to specialized care. Patients at times even referred to Mbale or maybe Teso. Can we say partnerships with NGOs can bridge the healthcare gap? Maybe. I don't know.
No, it can bring. It is possible. It is very possible that they can address these gaps. But you know what has spoiled everything in this country, I think, is corruption.
Corruption has really done a lot of harm.
NGOs can come in. NGOs can. There is no problem. NGOs can come in. But the problem is now the people who are working in hand with the NGOs to make sure that they bring services. We have different NGOs that have supported our health hospitals in Uganda. But the problem, their support is constant, but there is no change. There is no change coming in. When you look at the Soroti Regional Referral Hospital, it has a lot of dilapidated buildings. Most of those buildings are very dilapidated, and the government is also suffering. It has a lot of programs to address, and it cannot only concentrate on this. But when the NGOs come in, sometimes again, you know, a human being is a human being. Some people end up diverting what was meant to benefit the patient and also the doctors as well. So I see us in Teso, we are struggling with the health.
Health is really there's a very big challenge, and I think if the staffing is being worked on, then we see maybe drugs. I wonder sometimes you see when a vehicle comes in to distribute drugs to the different health centers, the following week or maybe the following day you find there's a very big number of patients. I start imagining, do people fall sick after seeing these vehicles coming with medicines? The number is so big. Everyone is coming, everyone is complaining that they are not feeling well, they are really sick, and I'm like, what is really happening? After 1 week the drugs are already out of stock.
No, that's a regional hospital, and it serves the large number of people.
But of course the same even happens in the health centers. Haven't you seen, like, when a vehicle comes in to actually bring drugs, the following week or maybe a few days, if the vehicle comes on Saturday, on the Monday the facility is really so full. Everyone is saying, I am sick, I'm not feeling well. So there is actually, I think, a high demand of medicine from people. I think also because of the levels of poverty, some people are not able to go and buy from pharmacies or maybe clinics, drugstores rather.
Yeah, but also sometimes when you fall sick and you go to the government hospital, you are most likely to be referred to a private hospital to go and get drugs. And I witnessed this thing. After pulling, I gave the nurse within 5 minutes, even not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes, the drug has been presented. How comes that these people were able to jump very fast?
And was it a government made like rather drug or what?
It was not stamped that the government of Uganda or not for sale. Yeah, it was not stamped, but within 2 minutes the drug was there. But it's something that needs to be investigated.
Okay, yeah, let's jump into the next issue here. Let's look at education. Education and youth development. Initially, Teso used to produce professors. Teso was known as one of the greatest areas where you find people who are learned. But today it's different. There has been high competition and now Teso is going down. Since we lost animals, agriculture where we used to rely on, a lot has changed. You find most of the people who have kids in schools, most big schools, some of them are farmers, and someone has to get money out of agriculture. And you see, sometimes when agriculture doesn't do well, a farmer is not able to take his or her child back to school. So that one actually also limits a lot. We see now government is trying to provide a free education, but of course a lot needs to be done. You can provide affordable education, but now you realize a lot needs to be done. There has been decline in academic performance in national exams, and that has been actually affecting a lot. And we need to actually look through and ensure that these things actually being improved. Teachers are actually striking.
Yeah,
and this is also
of humanity.
Yeah, this is also a very big concern, and it affects a lot, brings back the region behind. A lot actually needs to be done. Let's also look at maybe any possible solutions according to you. What do you think on the side of education? What can actually be done to actually see so that education is being revived and the lost glory of Teso can come back?
I would say like this. When you, first of all, when you compare education standards of Teso and other regions, you realize that Teso education standards are low compared to other regions, and but it's a home of the wise people. I am not a theologian, but they always say that the wise men came from the east.
Yeah, that's very true.
And we are among those who came from the east, Teso. So we are regarded to be one of the most wise people, or genius people. So to me, I see what has affected, first of all, education of Teso is a competition. There is high competition between government schools and private schools. And private schools have overshadowed the government schools. The reason being a private owner or someone who is owning the school is able to facilitate well the teachers.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, they are able to facilitate the teachers very well. They pay in time. But now when you look at the government section, you realize that some teachers receive salaries after 4 months. If they have not gone for a strike, the salary will not come in. So the issue here is, first of all, is the government to see how to improve on the welfare of the teachers. How are they how to address these issues. Realize that when teachers are paid in time, they also teach in time.
No, to me, I think government should just find possible solutions to revive this. I think different people have always shared ideas on how government can actually come up with come up with these changes, and government should actually accept and follow. Because some of these teachers are parents. Most of them are parents. They have kids who are at school. The money that they get is the same money that helps them solve most of their problems. So when the money delays, definitely it affects even their families, and their livelihoods actually dropped. And tomorrow again we get to hear Teso is still behind. I think when it comes to salaries, that should actually be worked on. I think, and then government has tried on the youth development. Government has tried investing in technical and vocational education to revive youth hope. I think this one is fairly working. This is not really so bad.
Yeah, it's fairly.
I can really appreciate government with this. Technical education is working so well. It is really improving. Someone can go against this bad guys. This one is actually trying to push well, and it's not really so bad. And this one definitely is going to change. Government should just ensure that some of the gaps that are in education should actually be worked on. Let's jump into another issue about youth unemployment and migration. Youth in Teso today are actually crying out for poverty. People have gone to school, people have degrees, people have diplomas, people have masters, but people have come back to ride borders. People are doing different kinds of drinking jobs just to ensure that they get money. And of course, the lazy ones have gone back into drinking. Most of them are flooding centers. Speaking good English in bars, you find someone is a chairperson of a Marua joint but has good English, very good English. Someone moves with waragi in their pocket. Yeah, I've actually seen guys moving with waragi in pockets, exactly. And they speak good English. Yes, they use some moving with waragi in the pockets.
Along the streets. Yes, you find them moving along the street. Even they go somewhere very far with their drugs.
Yeah, that's very true. Guys are moving with drugs, waragi, and this is not actually so good. Let's look at the cultural identity and revival. The weakness of cultural values and institutions. The role of it of cultural leaders. The leaders have to actually speak up about this. Then how cultural pride and identity restoration can fuel development. Can culture be monetized through tourism, arts, and storytelling? I think this is one of the sectors that the culture now comes in through the promotion of tourism, arts, and storytelling. Through this, we can have different use. All different people come in, get employed, and get money out of this.
Exactly.
One of the issues we have again is infrastructure. We have poor roads, and that one we have seen several times. We have unreliable electricity, lack of clean water that hinder progress. Today in Soroti, we have some urban wards that don't have power. There is no electricity. These people are suffering, and some of them even don't have piped water. I think the leadership should actually come in and look through that. And being a city, this is thing that can actually bring in development and see how to change. When there is electricity, and a number of jobs are actually created. And this can actually be good. Let us also call upon the Teso in the diaspora. We have our Teso in the diaspora. Let's appreciate IDO. IDO is trying its best. There is an industry that is being currently built in the Serere there. It's going to generate a number of jobs. That's one thing that we should actually look at. Then as we come to the end of this program, Mr. James, what do you want to say about reviving the lost glory in Teso, in your own understanding?
Well, thank you very much, Nathan. As we come to an end, it has been so much interesting. There's a lot needs to be done for Teso to regain back its their glory. We will start from agriculture, education, health, and infrastructure, connectivity.
Yes.
There's a lot that needs to be addressed. First of all, we want to say that all the leaders of Teso need to sit down and digest these things critically and see where is the problem. How best can we navigate into this and we bring development in Teso?
Yes.
Probably that's the main issue that needs to be done.
Then to me, I think a mindset change needs to be worked on so much. Then the role of the media and civic education in raising awareness and accountability also needs to be done. If when you look at some of these issues, definitely we can bring back the lost glory of Teso into place. We have these problems that are open, and even their solutions are also there. We have the problems and the solutions there. It's not all about going to look for solutions. We have the solutions there. Better sit down with the local people, ask them what can be done, or maybe go to the technocrats and then tell them what can be done. They have the solutions to this. If government would only accept to do this, definitely I think a lot can actually come. Government has spent a lot in different programs, but the mindset change of most people is actually what we need to change a lot. Giving someone 1 million that he has never carried tomorrow someone goes to the bar. Thank you so much for following us. It has been a nice deliberation here inside me together with my colleague. We believe you definitely you can actually share some of your suggestions down there and tell us what you think about this. You're watching The State of the People, a program where we bring leaders to account and a program where we discuss some of the issues affecting the people down there. My name is Nathan Yagu. We left home to change home.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. I remain as James Alomu, the only Italian born in Teso. Thank you.